Toby had just stolen a man's wallet at the station. The very next second, he dropped the wallet on the ground and tapped the man's shoulder to remind him that his wallet had fallen. The wealthy man, grateful, gave him a $100 bill as a thank you. The man turned around suspiciously and saw Toby handing the money to a pedestrian woman sitting behind him. In reality, Toby was a gentleman thief. His skill in theft was exceptional. He could break any lock in just 15 seconds. Every night, he would break into the homes of the rich and powerful. But he never stole anything valuable. Instead, he would leave his artistic graffiti on the walls. As a result, he gained 3 million followers online. This time, his target was the house of a local high court judge. However, as soon as he entered the house, he noticed that it was filled with strange things. Inside a drawer, there were many photographs of handsome men. This made him suspicious that there was some hidden secret in the house. Eventually, in the basement behind a cupboard, he found a hidden room peeking through a hole. Toby was so terrified by what he saw that he immediately stepped back. He quickly tried to move upstairs not to escape, but to figure out a plan to get out of there. Just then, the lights upstairs turned on. The judge had returned. The judge had received an intrusion alert on his phone and came back to check. However, everything in the house seemed normal. The judge thought that maybe there was a glitch in the alarm system. While looking around, the judge noticed that a picture on the wall was slightly crooked. Toby took this opportunity to slip away behind the judge. However, the judge heard the sound of the door closing and rushed outside, but he found nothing. Luckily, Toby had immediately dropped to the ground and managed to escape unnoticed. In reality, Toby had seen a captive man in the basement, someone who had been tortured so brutally that it was nearly impossible to recognize him. The next day, Toby immediately called the police while keeping his identity anonymous. However, the hidden room was so skillfully concealed that the police couldn't find it. After the police left, the judge realized that someone had broken into his house. He also understood that the situation was serious and needed to be dealt with. As a talented individual, Toby decided to uncover this mystery himself. He planned how to rescue the captive. The next night, he returned to the judge's house and waited for the judge to leave. When the judge drove away, Toby sneaked inside. But at that moment, the judge's phone received another intrusion alert. In reality, the judge had set a trap to catch him, and Toby unknowingly walked right into it. Toby went straight to the basement upon entering the house. Opening the door, he approached the captive and said, "Don't be afraid, I won't hurt you. I'm here to rescue you." They left the room and made their way upstairs. Just then, the judge arrived at the door. Seeing the judge, Toby quickly placed the captive back in his original position and hid inside a cupboard. Through a small gap, he observed everything. The judge turned on the lights and looked around but saw no one. He then went straight to the basement to check on the captive, finding him in his original position. At that moment, Toby emerged, grabbed a hammer hanging nearby, and charged into the room toward the judge.